Hello, I'm Scott with Shoms Photography, and today I'm going to talk about ring flashes and how I use them in the studio and alternate ways of mounting them. Here we have an AR400 by Godox. This is the normal way I use it in studio. It's basically mounted like this because this little guy weighs 5 pounds. This one weighs 1.5 pounds. Yes, the pack weighs more than that because this is a pack and head unit, but this section on my camera is only 1.5 pounds compared to 5 pounds. I basically walk up, stick the camera through the lens, or the lens through the ring flash, and fire. Just like that, simple and easy. I can raise and lower this, and as long as it stays on the same axis and doesn't move, I don't have to change my flash exposure, because that's one drawbacks to a ring flash, is if you're moving in and out with your camera, you're always having to change your flash exposure because you're going to be moving back and forward and all over the place, and that's just one of those drawbacks. With it being on a stand, basically if that stand doesn't move and all you do is raise and lower it, the flash exposure is always going to stay the same. What's nice about this one is it has a modeling light. So what that does is it shrinks the pupil and therefore gives you less red eye than you would if you didn't have it. Because another one of the drawbacks to having a ring flash is red eye, since the camera and the light is on axis. Let's go to this one. Again, this one here is mounted to a Godox 600. Basically, I took a remote, let me grab one. I took a remote head or extension head, whatever they want to call it, and desoldered the wires out of this and rewired them into this ring flash. Now there's 5 wires inside this cable. There's 2 for the LED, so you have your neutral and positive for the LED, which this does not have an LED modeling light on it. And then you have your positive, your negative or neutral, and your trigger wire for your strobe. Now the trigger wire is the actual little metal wire that runs around the flash tube. That is what they call the trigger wire. Same way with this one, I can mount it onto the stand this way and shoot through it just like I was doing with that one. But most of the time, I'm using this in studio with an umbrella. So it's mounted like this, and then I'll turn it sideways. Oh, and the reason for making this ring flash is that it's compatible with Godox gear. So I'm not having to use the Godox receiver to fire another setup and then having to physically run over there and adjust the power settings. This here, I can control it all from my trigger, and that's the reason why this ring flash is made. So we have our umbrella. We have our umbrella bracket. And basically, we can focus this in and out of this umbrella, and it's on axis with the umbrella shaft. That's the reason why we have it upside down. And you have 2 thumb screws that you can adjust to dead center it on axis with this umbrella shaft and the center of this umbrella. Nice thing is I can focus it, defocus it, move it in, move it out on this setup, and it evenly fills this whole umbrella. Unlike a regular flash tube that don't evenly fill an umbrella, this will do it. Let's take that off. Put that on the floor. All right. So another alternate way that I use this is we can take this off the Elechrome spigot adapter. Pop that off there. And we have to flip it the opposite direction. So now we have the longer shaft up here, and then we're going to spin this at a 90. So we're going to bend that at a 90-degree angle, and we need to spin it. So it goes to 90. There we go. Just like that. Lock it in. Put that on there to hold it. Now we have the chopstick from Cheetah Stand. I'm not going to mount a modifier on this, but this accepts all Bowen modifiers mounts. You can buy adapters to change it from Bowens to Elechrome to Pro Photo, but stock it comes with a Bowen setup. So what we're going to do, now that our bracket is set to a 90, we can actually come in this way, lock it into place. And again, we're not going to have a modifier on here so you can actually see what's going on. And again, I can focus this in and out of my modifier, evenly lighten that modifier all the way around. That's one great thing about a ring flash. It's shadow-free light. So let's take it off there. Let's remove the umbrella bracket. We don't need that one on the next step. Set it off the side. Slide this out of the way. We'll grab another stand. So normally in studio, it's on a shorter C-stand than this one, but this is what we're going to mount it to. So here we have the arm. And we're going to mount this onto the arm. And basically, now we can actually use it up in a 45 as like a beauty dish style light or an octa or a softbox. We can bring it down and we can do underfill, and also we can still shoot through it. So that's the reason why I use it on an arm, and this way the stand is out of my way because I can extend the arm out and shoot through it and not have a stand in the center like I was showing you with the AR400. These are alternate setups for the ring flash. Again, it's just a strobe, but you get a lot of versatility out of this, and I can get into a lot smaller compact areas where I can't bring in light stands using this ring flash, because I can use the ring as a ring flash mounted straight to the camera. I can mount a grip onto it and I can hold it up. You can do that with pretty much any others, except for you can't mount it on axis with the camera if you're using the other remote heads. Also, they do make modifiers that fit onto the ring flash. So this here is a Pro Photo soft light reflector. It increases the size of this ring flash and gives it a softer light and disperses the light even larger than what the ring flash does by itself. Again, it's got this centerpiece. I'd mount it on, but it's a pain in the butt. It takes it forever because you got to take the 4 screws off, slide your ring flash into it, and then put your bracket back on. Then put these 4 thumb screws back in. But again, this is a Pro Photo soft light reflector. Runs about new, I think $500 and something odd dollars, but works very well. And also, with this mounted onto this stand setup, now I have a beauty dish and that's the look it gives. So what's again so nice about having a Godox setup is that this one trigger controls them all. So basically I can slide this one over, back over into frame. Let's see if we can get it in there. All right. Take a shot. This is the reason why I made this ring flash. Again, ring flashes are great. They're multi-purposed. They don't have to just be on your camera. You can actually use them as other light sources because again, they are just a strobe. Again, I get more versatility out of a ring flash than I do with the remote head that I have over there. So, because it gives me everything that remote head does, but I also get it as a ring flash. Again, this is how I use my ring flashes in the studio and out on location. My name is Scott with Shoms Photography, and thank you for watching.